Welcome back to BJ. In the last video, we talked about value chain and we tried to explain how value chain is applied, what value chain means, and the different elements of value chain. In today's video, we are going to be talking about another concept that is similar to value chain. Actually, this concept is inside value chain and it is called supply chain. Sometimes people use them interchangeably, but they are not the same. They are totally different. Though supply chain is a part of value chain. So what is supply chain? Supply chain is a series of consecutive activities that lead to the production or to the building of a product. Last week we talked about the whole value chain. So a part of the value chain, that is supply chain, is the logistics and the production part. And in logistics part, we have both the inbound logistics. Don't forget, when you take the raw materials to your warehouse or to your production site. And then we have the outbound logistics, when you actually transport the finished product to the final consumer, to a retail store, to any distribution channel. And then the production, the process by which you actually turn these raw materials to finished product. So supply chain will be inbound logistics, production or operation, and outbound logistics. So this is the part that deals with supply chain. And what you want to know is that you want to kind of optimize this part, because it's very important in order to reduce costs, in order to build a more quality product. For example, if you get a raw material or raw materials that are not of good quality, then the finished product will not be of good quality. Also, if what you use to produce this product is not the best equipment, best machine and best processes, then the finished product will also not be the best. So you also want to optimize this in order to deliver a very, very good product. And also you want to reduce your cost, right? You don't want to get raw materials from a supplier that is far away, maybe in another continent. That will cost you more money because you have to deal with a lot of levies. But you also want to get the best raw materials. So these are the things that go into supply chain. That is why supply chain, people talk more about supply chain, because it deals with different organizations, right? You have to buy this from this, you have to take this to produce it, you have to sell it to this. People really talk about value chain, even though it is one of the things you have to analyze in order to increase the value of your product, and so deliver more value to the customer. In that case, then you will acquire more customer and have a bigger market share, and then you have a bigger revenue, and then the financial health of your organization is very, very good. So does value chain control supply chain, or does supply chain control value chain? Well, since supply chain is part of value chain, then we would say that value chain controls supply chain. So since value chain is more focused on the customer, right, on delivering value to the customer, if you realize that maybe the product you are producing, a part of the product is not what the customer wants, they want it to be produced with something else, then if you decide to produce this product with something else, it will disrupt the whole supply chain, because your supplier will change. In that case, the way you transport your raw materials will change, the raw material itself will change. Probably where you even produce it will change. Maybe the machine you have can only produce for that particular part, and then you have to buy a new machine to produce this new part, this new component. And maybe the distribution channel may also change. So you now say that value chain controls supply chain. So when the value you want to deliver to the customer changes, then the whole supply chain